Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel, Live a Thousand Lives. My name's Janaea, and today I am going to be doing my May TBR. Okay, so I'm going to be doing my TBR just a little bit different. I already have 3 books on my TBR. 2 are I am currently in the process of reading, and 1 is a library book that one of my favorite books of all time is based off of. So I'm going to be reading that, and it's super short. I will show you those books at the end of this video, though, after I'm done with this cool way I've decided to do my TBR this month. So how I'm going to do my TBR is I've typed all of the books that I'm currently really interested in reading or want to read to get them out of the way. Which I know sounds bad, but I don't mean it like that. It's just like books that I should have already read, like, for instance, To Kill a Mockingbird or The Book Thief. I should have read those a long time ago, but I haven't because something's holding me back from reading those. So I put them on here, and I'll explain why this will help. So I'm going to pick 4 books from the Spin the Wheel, and my goal is to read all 4 books. If I do not read all 4 books, I have to unhaul the book or books that I didn't read. That's going to be hard for me because I want like a collection of all the books in the whole world. I mean, I want a library in my home. So, it's going to be really hard for me, but I feel like I'm just buying books, and I'm not, like, reading them. So, this is the way that I've decided to do this. So, let's get started. Oh, I'm so nervous. Here's my little wheel. It says May TBR. It's got all of the books right there. Got my candle set up and my cup of tea, which isn't this cute. It says, shoot for the moon. Even if you miss, you'll land among the stars, and it's by unknown. But I just love it. Anyway, so let's see what the first book on my TBR is for May, according to the wheel here. Oh no. Okay, so I am not a huge classics person at all. I almost all the time hate classics. I have not read this one, haven't even tried to read it. So this will be interesting. I'm going to try to read it. And if I don't read it, I'm going to get rid of it because I know me and I don't really like classics that much. So there's the first one, Sense and Sensibility. Holy moly. Guys, I don't even know what I'm doing with my life right now. Oh, okay. Let's try another. If I get another classic, I will respin because I know me and I cannot handle more than 1 classic at a time. So, just so you know. Okay, I'm okay with that. That is a Harlan Coben book, which I love him so much. It's called The Woods, so I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that choice. Woohoo! Okay. And they're usually pretty fast reads, so that'll be good for me. Alright, let's see. Yes, Daughter of the Pirate King. I've wanted to read this one really, really bad too. I thought it was going to be a Court of Thorns and Roses, which I've wanted to start reading, but I'm nervous to read. So that's exciting. Okay. I'm liking this so far. Okay, let's see. what will be the last book, because I've got 3 so far. Interesting. Okay, How to Fall. So I just got this book yesterday, and I put it on here because I'm just going to add books that I have bought onto this, because I can save these. And yeah, so that's exciting. Cool. A new book. So yeah, that is how that will go. And I will be right back with the list of books that I'm going to be reading. Okay, so I'm going to show you the books that I am reading in the month of May, starting with the 2 books I am currently in the middle of reading, because I'm crazy. But the first book I'm currently in the middle of is Unplugged by Donna Ferteres. I'm not really sure how you pronounce her name, but this is a sci-fi book I was trying to read for my Owls readathon, and I hate sci-fi. I will tell you that, but I am loving this book. Absolutely 100% loving this book. So, maybe it's turning me into a sci-fi fan. I don't know. We'll find out. This is about a not so far in the future world of ours where people get plugged in to a virtual world where that's where they live until they're 17. Some people get plugged in as early as like babies and newborns and all that stuff. But so it follows our main character, Sky, or Skylar, who is a person whose mom sent her when she was little to be plugged in, and when they turn 17, they're allowed to go back to the real world. But something happens and Sky's not allowed to go back, and it's her fight to try to go see her family that she hasn't seen since she was like 4 or something. Anyway, it's super, super good so far. I'm really enjoying it. And I didn't think I would. But I really am. So, yay. The next book I am currently in the middle of is Shadow Fever from Karen Marie Moning. It is the 5th book, I believe. Yeah, the 5th book in the Fever series. I'm not very far into this one because it wasn't for the readathon, so I was like, well, but it's a honking huge book, so this may take me all month to read, but it is super, super good. I have read this once before, and I have her other books on my shelves, except for like the 2 newest ones, but I'm really, really excited to read this and continue with this world because it is great. I absolutely love it. I'm not going to go into what this one is about because it's the 5th in the series, but it's based on Irish mythology. It's got fae in it, just in a different way than we're used to seeing now. More gruesome, more not what's the word I'm looking for? Like, not romanticized fae. These are gruesome monster fae. But it's really, really good. I highly, highly recommend this series. Now, the next 3 books I decided I was going to read because they're part of something else, you know. So, like, the next one is Time to Write. I need to get back into my writing. I haven't written not a single word in my story that I'm trying to write to get published since July, I think, of last year. I'm just having a really hard time with my writing, and I need to get a schedule, and I need to do all that. So I'm going to read this book throughout the month. Maybe I'll read it really fast. I don't know. I want to try to take my time. It's only 220 or 30 pages. So, but this is by Kelly L. Stone. And I'm hoping it will help me get out of my writing slump. We'll see. The next one is a book that is my favorite book of all time, East by Edith Petui, or Petu. Is based kind of on this book. This is called East of the Sun, West of the Moon, which is based on a Norwegian folk tale. But I saw it at my library, and it's got illustrations and stuff in it. Oh, that's not an illustration page. But it's got cute little, illustrations in it. And I wanted to see how different it is from my favorite book, just to see, what changed and what the original folklore is like. This should be really easy to get through. It's a small book. It's only 165 pages. So, yeah. I'm really excited to read this one, too. And the last book, you guys might laugh at me, but I am really, really into this kind of stuff, is A Haunted Tour Guide to the Pacific Northwest. I live in the Pacific Northwest. I live in Washington State. And this book has places that are close to me in it. It has the beach I'm going to in it and places around there. So because I'm going to the beach for my birthday and I love this kind of stuff, I'm thinking of checking some of these places out. But I also found out that this book not only has the beach that I'm going to, there are places in my city that are in here. And I did not know that. So there's like 3 or 4 of them in the city that I live in. So I'm excited. I'm so excited. I do believe in ghosts and supernatural occurrences and spirits and stuff. So I am super, super excited to read this. It's super short. It should not take me long. And it's like written in, I'm just going to show you real fast. Written in like, this is where it's at. And this is, what the ghosts do or what people have said they've seen and stuff like that. And it gives you the address and how you can visit and stuff like that. So I thought that was pretty cool. So I bought this yesterday at my library for $1. So I'm like, heck yes. So I will let you know how this goes. It seems interesting. It doesn't seem like something that I'm going to actually like rate. Unless it's absolutely horrible. But it's just informational for me. And I'm into it. So, So, I have the 4 books from the wheel here, and you know what they are, but I'm just going to show you, and I can't remember what order I picked them in, so here we go. The first one is Sense and Sensibility by Jane Austen. I have never, ever read a Jane Austen book. I have a really hard time with classics, so this is going to be real interesting. What was the book I tried to read? I've tried to read like Frankenstein by Mary Shelley. Could not get into that. I've tried to read, I hated A Brave New World. I hated, what is that book? Old Man and the Sea. I hated Lord of the Flies. I hated Animal Farm. The only one of those types of books that I actually liked was Of Mice and Men. I just don't do classics. I don't really like them. But a friend recommended this to me many, many moons ago. It's like one of her favorite books, and I need to just read it. But I think this, even though it's not very long, like it's like 315 pages. But I'm gonna really try. So, yeah. I don't really know what else to say about that. The next one I am looking forward to. This is a 520 page book, I believe. Is that what it is? 520? Yeah. Or no, that's from an expert from something else. So 508. And that is The Woods by Harlan Coben. And on it, it says, I see my father with that shovel. What? So I'm excited to see what this is about. Because I don't know. says County Prosecutor Paul Copeland is still getting over the loss of his sister 20 years ago. The night she walked into the woods, never to be seen again. Okay, I don't want to read anymore, but his sister's missing, but he saw his dad with the shovel. What, did the dad murder her? I don't know. That's weird, right? I'm so excited. I love him so much. You really, like, can never tell throughout the whole book what's going to happen. So, yes, I'm excited. And I've been really in the mood for mysteries lately, so, which isn't normally my thing. I mean, certain authors are, but I don't know. I'm really excited to read his book. So, the next one is Daughter of a Pirate King, which I'm super, super excited for, actually, because I've been wanting to read this. I love pirates. And this is only a 308-page book by Trisha Levenseller. So I don't really know what it's about. I've heard people talk about it, and I know there's a sequel coming out. So I think it might already be out, the sequel. I'm not sure. But anyway, I am super, super excited for this one. Pirates is all I really needed to hear to love it. Or to think I'm going to love it. So, super excited for that. And the last one is a book I just got yesterday too. It's called How to Fall, which the books I just got yesterday will be in a haul because I'm going to the beach for my birthday and I always get books there. So, it'll be, in a couple weeks. But anyway, this is by Jane Casey. I've never heard of this author or this book, but the little blurb on the front says, A Summer of Secrets, Lies, and Deception. And let's see. I'm going to read the inside. It says, 16-year-old Jess Tennant has never met any of her relatives until her mom suddenly drags her out of London to spend the summer in a tiny English town that is her family's hometown. Her mom's decision is surprising, but even more surprising is how the town reacts to Jess. Everywhere she goes, people look at her as if they've seen a ghost. In a way they have, I guess. She looks just like her cousin Freya, who died shortly before Jess came to town. Jess immediately feels a strange connection to Freya, whom she never even had the chance to meet. But the more Jess learns about the secrets that Freya was keeping while she was alive, the more suspicious her death starts to look. One thing is for sure, this will be anything but safe, boring summer that in the country that Jess was expecting. So, I don't know. I'm excited and I'm intrigued. Looks like another mystery for me. But those are the books that I will be reading in May. I may continue on with the Fever series, and I think it's called The Wired Unplugged is a series as well, and I just found that out. But I'm excited to dive into these books and finish the ones that I'm already into and all of that. So let me know what you plan to read in the month of May. And also, let me know if you liked the spin TBR. People have TBR jars and, all that. And I think I'm going to do the wheel. I like it. I think it's, creative and different than people are doing. So I think I'm going to continue with the wheel every month and do 4 books and hope that I can get through more of my TBR shelf thing. I don't really have a shelf, just so you guys know. That's why I don't sit in front of like a bookshelf. I live with my parents right now and we're trying to find our own place. So I don't really have my bookshelves accessible to me, which is really, really hard on my heart. So I just kind of have books in totes right now, which is so incredibly sad for me. But, so it's kind of the books that I gather or have been gathering that I haven't read yet. I may be doing a reread of either Magnus Chase, the first one, or The Upside of Unrequited. Not sure yet, so I don't want to say I'm going to read them. And I'm trying to decide an audiobook to read or listen to. I've got a list of a couple, but I haven't been in the mood for an audiobook lately. So I don't know. But I do have a 3-hour car trip to get to the beach. So maybe. And I can't read in the car. I get car sick. So an audiobook usually. Maybe I'll listen to Magnus Chase. I do love listening to Rick Riordan's books. That's how I listened to The Trials of Apollo 1 and 2. And they were fan-frickin-tastic. So maybe I'll go that route. But anyway, guys, sorry I'm woo. Let me know what you're reading in the month of May, and if you've read any of the books that I have read, or that I will be reading. Let me know what you think of them. No spoilers, please. And remember, guys, a reader lives 1,000 lives, and so can you. So, keep on reading. Bye!